So if you feel hopeless, there's a certain amount of pain that is inevitable. But being hopeless and suffer because of it, that is one's own choice, the Dalai Lama says. Yo, what's up? This is MVDB, and I'm sitting here in my dojo, just chilling a bit, because we're not doing that enough. Anyway, we have a question from our buddy Justin in the private Facebook group. He says, man, I feel so hopeless. There's a lot of advice to change my mindset, but I feel delusional when I get all advice and I would want to change. So instead of it, I just rather be right, be myself, right, and suffer than take that advice and change. Obviously, there's a very, very big point here, because how many times don't we all have that problem? We know there's, a lot of great advice there, but we feel, better accepting the old self instead of wanting to change. So there's a huge thing going on here, and that is obviously resistance for change. Now, resistance for change is an illusion, because life is constantly changing, right? There's a constant reaction, action, there's day, there's night, there's a constant flow, really. And so life is a flow, life is movement, and if you resist, you create suffering, right? Remember the words of the Dalai Lama, pain is inevitable. So if you feel hopeless, there's a certain amount of pain that is inevitable. But being hopeless and suffer because of it, that is one's own choice, the Dalai Lama says. So either you accept the pain, right? Or you go through a transformation. You accept all the information that is being said to you and you start changing. Now, if you want to accept the pain, that is one thing you can do, and learn to live with it. Like, be the hedonist and, use the anxiety tool that I have made, which can be applied to any kind of pain or anxiety, which is, hello, my pain, I allow you to be here. Breathing in, I take good care of you. Breathing out, I release you. I smile, and I'm grateful. So, that in and of itself has a lot of components to it. The breathing in part, which is where you accept the present moments, where you recognize the feeling inside of you. You say, hello, my pain, because you take full responsibility for it. And through the breathing, you can transform, which is already going a little bit more with the flow of life. And then the end part is important, to smile and to be grateful, to shift your focus to something else. So that is a part where you accept the pain. Now, then the second option you have is to go for the change. And that obviously creates a lot of pain in and of itself, to get out of the comfort zone. And that is why you're having, or you're experiencing, that hopelessness, because you're in between those two. You're not choosing. So either go for the acceptance, or you go with the flow of life. Oh man, this is my Zen bell. It's important to respect that part. So let us breathe in right now. This is what I do when a Zen bell is, okay? So the Zen bell always sounds every hour, which is a practice we did at the Buddhist monastery in France, and that I reiterate because, you know, I'm a person that is constantly on, so I need to respect that. I hope you took an in-breath and out-breath together with me, so you took care of your body and listened to your body. So let us continue. The change, right? The change part is where you burn your ships, you take action. Now, what you could be experiencing and why you don't really want to change immediately and choose for the pain is because it might be that the goal is too huge, right? For instance, my goal to work together with the Dalai Lama, it's huge. So, I mean, that is not going to happen overnight. Hope it happens, but it's very unlikely. So what you want to do for some people that is too much, you know, if you're, you know, a goal setter, but it's like huge, then you might get discouraged. So what you want to do is take them into small steps. Where do you want to go? Think of, Justin, think of where you want to go, and then chunk it down. Where do you want to be in 1 year? What do you have to do for that in 1 month so you can get to that 1 year? And if you know where you want to go in 1 month, just think about, what do I have to do in the next week? And what do I have to start doing today? Small actions, doesn't need to be a lot. If you want to change a certain feeling, a certain emotion, you start small with certain breaths, with certain visualization techniques, by accepting, by certain ways of thinking. One thing you can improve each day, think upon that. Get your way out of that hopelessness, okay? What can you do? Surround yourself with other people, you know, or change something in your diet. But small actions complemented over time are huge. So do that, my friend. You have two options. Accept it or change it, but in small chunks. And that will eliminate the hopelessness. Because that will mean that once you either accept it or you create movements, which is something you do actually when you accept it anyway, you shift that focus. That means that you go out of that state of hopelessness and you know, you refocus your thoughts to something you're grateful for, or your smile, or something, you know, else you can focus on instead of that hopelessness. So it's up to you what you choose, but choose wisely, my friend. I wish you the best. This was MVDB. Peace.